Всем привет! С вами снова Зеленый. И мы снова продолжаем проходить Dreamfall. Бесконечное путешествие. В прошлой серии было много интересных вещей, событий. Мы поиграли как и за Эйприл, так и за Зои. Зои выбралась из той лаборатории. То есть она выполнила все, что просил сделать ее тот блондин. И она наткнулась там на зеленого какого-то чудика большого. Видимо, он злоупотреблял пивом и бургерами в Макдаке. И стал зеленым. Вот. И он нам сказал то, что Реза мертв. И то, что это он убил его. То есть якобы забрал сны. То есть, как я понимаю, то есть он подключился именно через этот цветок к этой сети, не знаю, как называть это. И он забрал сны, то есть были такие намеки явные. Ну, потом прибежали близняшки, но мы от них удачно скрылись. И вот снова мы за Эйприл поговорили с нашей персональной волшебницей. Ну и побежали дальше по сюжету.
May the stars guide you and light your way, Aprilon.
We have to travel light, and we have to stay packed, just in case. Benrime?
So, child, did you find that person you were looking for last evening?
What? Oh, no, No.
What's the matter? You seem distracted.
I'm okay, Benrime.
All right. Well, the day is getting on. If there's anything you need, come see me.
Actually, Benrime, there is something. I'm confused.
About what, child?
I'm not sure what to do, and I would appreciate your advice.
I see. Well, child, I'll do the best I can, though I'm no wise woman. What's wrong?
I think something's going on, something potentially bad. Something involving the balance between the twin worlds.
Ah, does this have anything to do with that nice young woman from Stark? Zoe, was it?
It may. It does, but I can't tell you all the details. I don't even understand what's going on. I'm just worried that I might be involved somehow.
I see, and you would prefer not to be involved.
I've done my share for the balance, and I have more pressing concerns. People depend on me.
Yes, they do, but that is no excuse.
I'm not looking for excuses. I'm looking for answers. I need to know what I'm supposed to do this time.
Such answers aren't always easy to come by, April. Often we have to rely on faith alone to carry us through. Still, I understand that you want something more concrete than that, April. Very well. Here's my advice. You must speak with the Guardian of the Balance.
I've thought the same thing, but it's impossible. I can't shift anymore, and even if I could, the Guardian's realm is closed to me.
Maybe so, and maybe not. There is someone out there who might be able to help you.
Who?
An old friend of yours. The White of the Kin. The White Dragon.
You're right. If anyone can help me contact the Guardian, it's her. But I don't know where she is. She vanished just after she was born.
You are April Ryan. I'm certain that someone in this city can help you locate her. Have faith in yourself, and in the balance.
I had faith once, Benrime. Look where it got me. What's left of the person I used to be?
I still see the same girl who walked through that door a decade past.
I'm not her anymore. I don't even remember what she was like. Now I'm just...
Well, I'll be damned. April bloody Ryan. I can't believe it.
Who? Brian? Brian Westhouse?
The very same. God damn, I can't believe it's you. How the hell are you?
I'm doing okay. How are you? You're looking pretty good for someone I thought was dead.
Well, likewise. I mean, I knew you survived the Tyrant invasion and the events that followed, but then nothing.
I've been traveling. You?
The same. I've been back to Mercuria a few times, but I've never stayed long. Oh, I reckon the invasion got me thinking about how much I hadn't seen and experienced. Besides, my head was stuck in the bottle, so time was ripe for a change of pace. And a change of pace I got. I've been to the four corners of the world. Quite literally.
So what are you doing at the Journeyman?
Just revisiting old haunts. And hoping to score a cup of Ben Rimé's mulled wine, of course. How about yourself?
Same thing. I'm in the city for only a few days.
Well, even more fortuitous that we bumped into each other then.
So you've been traveling for the past decade?
I have, and I intend to keep traveling for the next decade or two, as long as I have my health. This world is fascinating.
You look so much better since the last time I met you. Younger, healthier, happier.
I do feel fantastic. I was bitter and angry back then, angry at myself at being stuck in this world. Now I don't see Arcadia as a prison anymore. I see it as an opportunity to grow and learn and experience. I'd forgotten why I crossed the divide in the first place. I wanted to go where few had gone, where there were still untrodden paths. Losing my home, being forced to run, it was certainly an awakening, and one I sorely needed.
Speaking of coincidences, maybe you can help me with something.
Absolutely. What do you need?
There's something going on, something that may be affecting both worlds.
Why, Ms. Ryan, you seem to get drawn into these things every time. Can you be any more specific?
It's more a feeling than anything else, so I need to confirm my suspicions. Or, preferably, disprove them. I need to speak with the Guardian.
Who better to tell you if anything's happening with the balance? So, why not just shift there?
I can't. I've lost the power to shift. But it was never that easy to get to the Guardian's realm in the first place. So to find the Guardian, I need a little help from someone else. The White Dragon.
Oh, yes. I'd imagine she could give you some pointers.
The problem is I don't know where to find her. She could be anywhere.
Not so. I may know where to find her. I met a fellow traveler, a Dolmari from the Rose Court, actually, on a ship from Gien to Irhad not long ago. He told me he'd been to the Dark People's Library. Not many people are allowed there, and it was a great privilege. While he was there, however, he said that he was introduced to a pale, white-haired woman who introduced herself as the White of the Dryken. Now, I don't know if she's still there or how you'll get to the Dark People's City, but it should at least get you on the right path.
It does. Thank you, Brian. This is very helpful. It was good seeing you again. Are you staying long?
Another week, perhaps. Enough time to visit friends and to pick up some things that I can't get elsewhere in this world. Then it's off to sea again. I've been thinking about heading east, perhaps convincing a whale rider to take me along on a hunt.
Sounds exciting. Take care, Brian.
And you, Ms. Ryan? April. Now, I have business with the innkeeper. So, how about it, Ben Rimé? Do you have a cup or four of your mulled wine to spare for an old drunkard?
As I remember at Westhouse, you still owe me money on your tab from before the war.
My God, you have the memory of a stickman. Miss Salmon, I've honestly missed this place. Hell, you're probably right. I owed a lot of people money back then. Seeing as I'm still a bit short on cash, you'll have to add this to my tab. But I'm coming into some gold tomorrow. Old debts repaid, so I'll settle it then.
That'll be the day the Azadi decide to just up and leave. Money first. Mulled wine after.
You're a tough woman, and I respect that. I have to tell you about this tavern I visited in a town near Altaban.
Весьма интересный разговор. Так, ну нам стали более-менее ясны дальнейшие действия наши. Нам нужно найти темный народ. А также белого дракона, белую драконицу. Кого-то там. Так, а для этого нужно... Сюда. Ладно, сейчас пробежимся, посмотрим. Магический народ.
Potions, herbs, curiously shaped cookies. Potions, herbs, curiously shaped cookies. Everything a wizard, witch, or warlock may require, using only the finest organic ingredients: elguan bladders, rat tails, dung.
Good God, Ropер Клакс.
At your service, milady. What may I do for...
Не уверен.
Wait. I know you. Where do I know you from? April Ryan.
Oh, well...
How lovely to see you.
Say what?
It's been too long, my dear, too long.
Yeah, I guess it's been long.
What have you been up to?
This and that.
How lovely. Me? I'm rehabilitated.
Rehabilitated? How so?
Being soundly walloped by you was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Really?
Oh, yes. It gave me perspective, time to think. When I finally escaped that confounding device, I joined WWWA. Wicked Witches and Warlocks Anonymous. It's a marvelous support group for wizarding professionals.
Oh.
Oh, it helped tremendously to find others who shared my affliction.
Affliction?
A desire for evil deeds and world domination, your basic, EDWD syndrome.
ТЗВМ синдром.
I see. And now?
Значит, у меня тоже это
Cured! I'm free of my desire to conquer and control, and I'm happy to be a simple merchant and published author.
I guess that's a good thing.
It is. It is indeed. So, April Ryan, is there anything I can do to help repay what you did for me?
Калькулятор, она его заточила в калькуляторе.
How did you get out of that calculator I trapped you in?
I had to learn advanced trigonometry. After that, it was as easy as multiplying the root of pi with the volume of my mathematical prison.
Oh, that sounds pretty complicated.
It took me 5 years, but I gained some important personal skills in the process. I even had time to write a book, so it was all for the best.
You said something about being an author?
I published one. I wrote my memoirs a few years ago. Farewell to my wizarding days by Roper F. Klacks.
What's the F stand for?
Nothing. It just looked better on the cover. Anyway, as it turned out, the first and only print run had a slight problem. A small charm made its way onto page 108. When readers got to that page, the book, as misfortune would have it, exploded.
And you had nothing to do with that.
Me? Absolutely not. I've been acquitted of all charges, and every single lawsuit has been dismissed in the magical court. I'm quite innocent. It does mean, however, that only one copy of Farewell to My Wizarding Days by Ropper F. Klacks exists, and that would be mine. I've decharmed it, and page 108 is quite safe to read now, if you're interested.
Not really, no. I actually do need some help.
That's great! Anything to assist the woman who turned my life around.
I'm looking for a way to get to the city of the Dark People.
Visiting old friends, I take it? Your adventures are the stuff of legends, April Ryan. By the way, did you ever read that pamphlet they published? The one with the amusing drawings? April Rye Bread and the Rod of Joy?
Unfortunately, no.
Well, I'll never forget that illustration where the Dolmari lady takes the Rod of Joy and sticks it right...
Anyway, about the Dark People City.
Yes. What do you plan on doing there?
I need to visit their library.
The library? Indeed. They are collectors, these Dark People. They collect all sorts of knowledge, arcane, forbidden knowledge. Anyway, as luck would have it, there's a shadow ship docked down in the harbor right now. I'm sure they'll let the famous April Ryan, I'm sure they will give you passage to their city.
That's perfect, thank you. How do I get to the Dark People's library again?
Oh, there's a shadow ship docked in Shady Quay. Be your charming self, and I'm sure they will give you passage to their city.
Thanks.
At your service, milady. If you ever need a potion or a charm, visit Roper's Spells and Filtres.
Так, как я понял, нам нужно в гавань. Хорошо. А где гавань? Ладно, будем искать гавань. Ага, вот и она. Недалеко бежали. Это корабль такой, что ли? Офигеть. Типа айсберга, только камень.
The Dolmari have had it especially tough after the Asadi came, seeing how integrated they were in Markurian society.
I'm only in town for a short visit. I will not stay long. I am better off back home.
Фиолетовые люди. Прикольно. Видимо, нам нужно с ними поговорить.
A Samari. I thought they didn't like the ocean. Maybe she's curious.
Прикольно. Это как газета. Они, видимо, еще и передвигаться можно. Может, это было в первой части? Надо будет поиграть.
I seek passage to your city. I wish to visit the library.
We are here to trade and to collect. We do not take on passengers.
A long time ago, I sailed on one of your ships, and I met one of your people. He called me a wave.
Not many of your kind would lay claim to such a title.
I'm not laying claim to anything. I'm just telling you what he told me.
If you were a wave, we would grant you passage. But all I see is a human.
I'd like to ask for passage again.
We do not take on passengers.
I'm sure we can come to some sort of understanding.
We cannot. We do not take on passengers. Ever.
You did once. A long time ago, I was given passage on one of your ships.
Then you were fortunate. It does not happen very often.
I'd like to ask for passage again.
We do not take on passengers.
I'm desperate. I need to get to your city, to your library. I'm looking for someone.
There are no humans in the city. Rarely is anyone allowed to visit our forest.
Not a human. Someone else. The White of the Drag Kin.
I know of no such creature. You should look elsewhere.
I'd like to ask for passage again.
We do not take on passengers.
I'll pay you good money for passage.
We do not crave money, human.
Then what do you want?
We are here to find new additions to our library. Someday it will be complete, and we can sleep. Until then, we travel, and we collect.
Книга.
I'd like to ask for passage again.
We do not take on passengers.
Тот тип книгу написал.
How can I prove that I'm what you call a wave?
It is not something you can prove. It is something you are. And you are not a wave.
Then why did one of your people tell me I was?
If you ever were a wave, it is no longer in you. I see only death in your eyes, human.
Да. Так, а может вернемся все-таки к тому этому? Может там какую-то книгу?
Visit Roper's Spells and Filtress for premium quality potion. April Ryan, what can I do for you?
Would you be interested in parting with that book of yours?
Oh, I don't know. It's the last remaining copy, you know. All the other copies spontaneously combusted.
I'm aware of that, but I need something to get me passage on that shadow ship down in Shady Quay.
You believe my book would help with that?
Maybe. The Dark People collect books, and yours is quite unique. Isn't that so?
It is. It is.
Wouldn't you consider it an honor to have your first published novel become a part of the greatest library in Arcadia?
I would. I would indeed. Wait, I have it right here. I carry it with me always. There you go. Treat it with care. Don't let it get wet. Don't feed it red meat. And for the love of the balance, do not hold it upside down when there's a full moon. Oh, never again shall I glance upon the top 10 reasons why you should not build a flying castle on page 42 and smile knowingly.
But think
No,
about
zabawny
it.
moment.
Thousands of people will get to enjoy your unique outlook on life. Your book will be part of something much, much greater.
You're right. Of course, you're right. Go on, take it away, or I shall become emotional, and when a wizard weeps, the whole world weeps with him. Ah, the humanity, the humanity.
Да. Так, ну у нас есть книга. Это здорово. Довольно легко оказалось. Мне везет. На этот раз, в отличие от прошлых пару серий, где пришлось кое-где побегать, поломать голову.
You collect books, isn't that right?
We collect all that is written and recorded. Books, scrolls, stones, crystals, history, poetry, journals, stories, from the first word to someday the last. Until our collection is complete, we will continue to travel, to trade, and to collect.
I guess the last existing copy of a rare book would be pretty important to you.
It would be, unless we already possess it.
You don't. Not this one. Farewell to My Wizarding Days by Ropert F. Klacks.
I will speak with my brothers at the library. This is a book we do not have. We need it for our library. Will you part with it?
For a price. I need to get to your city.
Show me the book, so that I can see for myself. Very well, human. This book is of value to us. We will grant you passage on our shadow ship.
Thank you. When do we leave?
Very soon. We await only the last deliveries from our suppliers. Step aboard.
Ну так просто взяли и двинули.
You sure you don't want anything to eat? I can order in.
I'm not very hungry. Thanks, though.
All right. Some coffee? Tea?
No, thanks.
I have, whiskey.
I'm fine, Damien. Really.
All right.
В японском стиле. Ну да, мы
So,
в Японии.
what do you think?
I think you shouldn't believe a word of what that man told you. He was trying to get inside your head. There's no proof that anything's happened to Reza.
I hope you're right. If I've come this far and it turns out Reza's...
Stop it. There's nothing to be gained from imagining the worst. He must be very important to you. Reza, I mean.
He is. Reza was my best friend for so long, and I was totally in love with him. When that feeling went away, I don't love him any less, but it's different now. I don't know what's going on with me. I've lost faith. Not just in him, in everything. School, my friends, my hobbies, my future, Reza. Nothing seems to matter that much anymore. And that's why, when Reza went missing, I knew I had to go after him. Not just because he's my friend, and not just because I love him, but because if I didn't, then who would I be? What would I be? I may not like the Zoe I'm turning into, but I would have hated the Zoe who just abandoned her best friend like that. So, yes, he's very important to me. Of course. And right now, more than anything in the world, I want him to be okay.
So, that man.
The one in the garden. He acted like he's behind the whole thing, like he controls Watticorp.
I've heard rumours, but I've never actually believed. I think his name is Alvin Peets.
Peets? The guy who founded Watty?
He'd be several hundred years old, but in a way, it still makes sense. It's a sort of urban water cooler legend. Whatever happened to Alvin Peets? No one knows. But there are lots of theories. Some say they've heard he's been kept alive by machines, and that he still controls Watticorp. It's the kind of thing you have a good laugh at.
He wasn't just hooked up to a machine, Damien. He looked like he was a machine. At least partly so. And he was just... evil. Sad, pathetic and hateful. He claimed that we were stealing his senses. I think he was actually afraid of me.
From what you told me earlier, it sounds like he's completely dependent on the wire. The static must be scaring the hell out of him. If he needs the wire to see and hear, he's completely lost without it.
I just don't feel safe anymore. He knew who I was. He's been inside Reza's dreams. He has spies everywhere. Cameras, bots.
Don't worry, Zoe. He won't find you here, I promise. I'll check around tomorrow, see if I can dig up any information on Peets. You must be tired. I'm keeping you up.
I'm sorry. I'm just... Yeah, I am quite tired. I guess I should find a hotel and figure out what to do next. Thanks for the clothes, Damien. I'll...
Hey, no, there's no need to find a hotel. You can stay here. I mean, if you're comfortable with that. I can sleep on the floor.
Oh, you really don't have to.
I know, but you've been through a lot, and you're helping me out, so the least I can do is let you sleep in my bed. That didn't come out right. You know what I mean.
Да именно это ты имела в виду.
Thanks, Damien. If you're okay with me staying here, I will.
Okay, so, let me get the bed ready for you.
That's okay. I can...
Yeah. Well, I guess you can give me a hand.
Okay. Yes. Great.
By the way, if I'm gone when you wake up tomorrow, don't be alarmed. I have to be at the office quite early.
That's okay. I'll be fine. I'll just stay here.
Good. Let me find you a sheet and a cover.
Вот вам и шуры-муры. Так, мы снова за меченька.
This is it, Apostle. The Empire's greatest achievement east of Sadir. A monument to our might and to our faith.
Even in Sadir, there is nothing that can compare to this. Why was it built so tall?
You're asking the wrong man. I don't question the infinite wisdom of the Six. I have absolute faith in their decisions.
Of course, as do we all.
Go right inside, Apostle. The emissary is expecting you.
Кен. Ну с Кен, кажется, зовут. Наконец прибыли. А Эйприл вроде как смылся. Это хорошо. Это хорошо. По крайней мере, первое время он нас не зарубит. Гобелены какие интересные.
Apostle Alvane, welcome to Mercuria. Please, join me. We are honored to have you visit us. I trust your journey was comfortable.
It was, Mistress. This is an impressive edifice.
The construction is almost complete. We will soon celebrate the inauguration of a permanent Azadi seat in the Northlands. The Six will travel all the way from Sadir to be here for that momentous occasion. But I bore you. You already know this. So, Apostle, I understand that you have been sent here to bring the word of the goddess to the Scorpion.
I have. He's responsible for the death of many trueborn here in the north.
Indeed. And I surmise the Six no longer have faith that we will find him and kill him ourselves.
I am only here to assist in your efforts, Mistress. I do not intend to challenge the authority and expertise of your commanders.
I see. Well, we should be grateful that an apostle will lend his sword to the task. These terrorists, they have become more than a nuisance. They stand in the way of technological progress and spiritual enlightenment. They are only making it worse for the people they claim to protect. After all, we wish only for these heathens to be bathed in the purifying light of the goddess, and to receive passage to paradise. Instead, those bothersome few make life miserable for everyone. They seek liberty and democracy, but what we have given them is so much greater than that. Without us, they would not even have the city. We have given them peace, prosperity, and progress. What more could they ask for?
Yes, Mistress.
So where do you intend to start looking? If you wish, I can lend you the services of my men.
Thank you, Emissary. I will require only a few men, but not yet. I have a few leads to follow first.
Just do what you must to stamp out the fire before it spreads too wide. I will have no more delays to the construction of the tower. Our schedule must be upheld, or there will be grave consequences for everyone.
I will do everything in my power to bring the Scorpion to justice, Mistress.
Good. You may leave me, Apostle. I will see you again soon.
Commander Vamon.
Apostle Alvane. What's brought you out of your sanctuary?
A mission.
A mission? I see. It must be quite a mission for the Council to have sent you all the way from Sadir. After all, it's not like we don't already have many fine officers and agents here in Mercuria. So, who do they want you to kill this time? Anyone I should know about?
My mission is a matter of confidence between myself and the Emissary, Commander.
Don't insult me, Alvane. I have the emissary's ear and her utmost confidence. We're not in Sadir. Things are done differently here.
Commander.
Forgive me, mistress. Did I speak out of order?
The Apostle is here at the behest of the Six. We would do well to treat him with respect.
Of course. And he's most welcome to our little outpost of the Empire.
He was just leaving. Thank you, Apostle. May the light of the Goddess illuminate your path.
Thank you, Emissary. Commander.
Apostle. Mistress,
No.
you sent for me.
What do you make of this Alvane? You served with him in Sadir, did you not?
I did, mistress. Alvane is a brilliant swordsman and a loyal servant to the Six.
Spare me your politics, Commander. We are alone.
I don't trust him. He's risen through the ranks much too quickly. He has connections.
Someone inside the Sixth Circle holds his hand.
I believe so. His skill with the sword is better than adequate. But his standing in the court is unprecedented for a man of his caste.
Yes. He is young, is he not?
Too young. And he has no family, no blood.
Ah. Now I see why you dislike him so much.
My pardons, mistress. But his lineage is not all that I distrust. He has strange friends, and his virtuousness is galling. Why this sudden interest in Apostle Alvane?
The Six have sent him here without consulting me, which is worrying. I wonder what this could possibly mean. Also, the Apostle appears soft-hearted. He has never been this far from home. If he begins to empathize with these heathens...
I understand. What would you have me do?
I want to have him followed. Make sure he does not get distracted from his mission.
As you wish, mistress.
That is all, Commander. You may go.
Thank you, mistress. The Apostle will never stray far from my sight. I can assure you of that.
Вот так-то. Судьба. Да, ну корабль шикарный, конечно. Я ошибся. Думаю, что это камень. Там больше все-таки дерево.
You honor us with your presence. Your wave has crossed many oceans and carried our vessels far abroad.
Thank you. So you know who I am? The Shadow Guy didn't.
It is curious. We share a common memory, and our thoughts are as one. He should have known. Maybe he was simply confused. Maybe his eyes were blinded. Maybe.
That's fine. I'm here now. So this is your fabled city. It's stunning.
It is one city. It never ceases to move. It flows at the will of the cosmos, at the mercy of waves and currents. You have come to see the white of the kin.
Yes, that's right. Why is she here, with you?
It is not for us to know the mind of the Draic kin. You may ask her that question yourself. Come. She is in the library.
Отлично. Мы... Так, сейчас пойду. Мы в городе теней. Блин, тут круто. Эти чуваки впечатляют весьма. По крайней мере, меня. Ладно. На этом серию пока закончим. В следующей серии побежим в библиотеку. И поговорим с белой. Белый дракон, вроде как. Ну, в общем, дальше по сюжету, в принципе. Ладно, в общем, всего хорошего, здоровья вам. С вами был Зеленый. Не скучайте. До скорых встреч, пока.